What's up, everyone? This is Guts and Glory back again to bring you another video. This time I'm going to be doing a review for Legends of Tomorrow Season 3 Episode 1, Aruba. Now this was a good episode. This was a good bring back. Now it started right where Season 2 left off, where the Legends crash landed in 2017 Los Angeles, but they fucked up time, so Big Ben was there, dinosaurs were there, and they come out and they're like, oh shit, we fucked up time. And then they're like, how are we going to fix this? And guess what? They don't fix it, which kind of pissed me off. I wish it would spend more time, but out of nowhere these fucking portals start showing up, and it turns out that for them it's only been a little bit of time, but for everybody else, for Rip, it was like 5 years, where he was able to make the Time Bureau, and the Time Bureau fixed everything, all of the aberrations, in like a matter of seconds. And then Rip's like, hey, Legends, you're done. I'm stripping you of your stuff, and you have lost everything. So the Legends have to go around living normal lives now. Sarah worked at like a store, but she wanted to kill her boss because, you know, she's an assassin and he's a dick. But she didn't kill her boss, unfortunately. We had Ray worked at a app dating website place, but he was trying to build things to save the world, but you know, guys just like, we do app dating things, so yeah. And then Nate went to Central City and he worked with Wally because the Flash is gone, so Kid Flash is taking up that mantle. And he and Wally were fighting bad guys as Steel and Kid Flash. Amaya went back to 1942 because Rip told her to, and she broke up with Nate, apparently. Let's see, Mick went to Aruba, yeah, and that's actually where the story starts to heat up, and Stein, ended up staying with his daughter, who got pregnant, which is interesting. I'm wondering where that will lead. And Jefferson dropped out of school because Jefferson wanted to be a Legend again, and he was trying to go to school, and then he dropped out because he's like, fuck it. He's like, I'd rather not learn about engineer, I'd rather be an engineer, because he was an engineer for a time ship. So Mick's hanging out in Aruba, and he runs into Julius Caesar. Yeah, that happened. So Mick kidnaps him and calls there, and he's like, hey, I have Julius Caesar over here. And Mick, of course, is being Mick, so he's eating Julius Caesar's salad in front of him, telling him his salad sucks. He's eating a Caesar salad. So the Legends are like, we're gonna show Rip he's wrong, we're gonna do our own fucking thing. So they start to go to get the Wave Rider back, but they run into like the guards at the Central City place where Rip is, and Rip's like, don't hurt them and stuff. And so they find out what happened to the Wave Rider, and it's been turned to a simulator. And then Rip's like, you guys are like a chainsaw to history, and you guys will just make it worse, so stay out of this. But the Legends, of course, don't stay out of it. Julius Caesar escapes from Mick, breaks Mick's nose, runs away into the place where everybody's dressed up as like people from Rome, like Julius Caesar. Mick tackles a teenager that looks like Julius Caesar. The Time Bureau happens to show up then and bring Mick back, but they find out it's not the real Julius Caesar, so they think the Legends were just bullshitting. Well, Mick was bullshitting. But Mick tries to put a Roman coin into the machine, the vending machine, and that doesn't work out so well. So they find out, oh, it's really Julius Caesar. So the legends steal the Wave Rider, which involves Mick knocking someone out, which was awesome. They steal the Wave Rider and go back to Aruba. They find and get Julius Caesar, which involves them distracting a bunch of teenagers, which Ray does by making a fake profile of this hot woman on his app. Then everybody gets distracted, and then Sarah beats the shit out of Julius Caesar, which was awesome. So they then bring Julius Caesar back to Roman time. But what happens was Nate has to bring his book along with him. So when they flashy thing, what's his name, Julius Caesar, to make him forget, he ends up taking the history book and he finds out, so history has changed. So legends have to go back, but the Burrow's like, we're gonna do it our way. So they go in and try to do it their way, but they get captured. So the legends have to save the day, which involves a lot of cool fighting sequences and just a lot of fun. And meanwhile, the whole time, Jefferson and what's his name? Jefferson and Stein are fighting because Stein wants to go back to his family and Jefferson wants to stay on the ship and be a hero. And you know, it would be hard for them to separate because they combine to make Firestorm. But they end up figuring on, Stein's like, I'll stay and then I will return for when Lily gives birth. So, and that's the gist of it. The legends end up saving time. They end up getting to keep their ship. Sarah almost turned Caesar over to Time Burrow, but then she had a talk with Caesar and he changed her mind, so he just brought her back to himself. And what I want to see is, they said at the end, Rip said they might need the legends because something is coming called Malice. I'm interested in what Malice is. It was created by the legends when they did the time thing. So is it like a time god? Is it an event? Is it an actual person? Could it be the Damien Dark team we've heard of? Could it be something magical that brings in Constantine? Because I heard he's coming this season, and I'm really excited to see Constantine. Oh, and at the end, we go to 1942, and we see these poachers coming to Zambezi to attack. But guess who stops them? It's fucking Amaya. But her powers are crazy now because it creates actual spirit animals. Like, instead of her like pressing the title and it just shows the spirit of the animal and she gets the strength of them or speed, it seems like the animal was actually a spirit version of that, and it attacked the person. And Amaya was just standing there and it had a bunch of them attack, and it seemed like it was ripping these like poachers apart. So maybe Amaya learned more stuff about her powers, and maybe she can still do where she gets it, but she can make spirit animals now, which is fucking awesome. So what I think about this episode as a whole, I thought it was fucking awesome. I give it a 9 out of 10. It didn't quite, the only reason it's not a 10 is because the beginning I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to see more in London. I wanted to see the legends try to fix that. I didn't want to see Rip come in and like fix everything right away. Plus, I thought the Time Burrow might be a lot cooler, like have like standout members. And the only one we've seen so far, we don't even know her name. Her name's like Mick called her Hotcakes. I don't know. And that Asian guy's not that cool, so. The only members we see weren't that cool. So, Time Burrow was kind of a letdown, and the beginning was kind of a letdown. So yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10. It was epic. It was awesome. It was legends. I will try to keep reviewing constantly. I'll try to keep this up. I don't know if I'll be able to review the whole series. Probably not. But I'm going to try to keep this thing up. Now, I'm really excited for the next episode. I'm really excited for the season. The season's like, it's going to be awesome. Go Legends. This is Guts and Glory signing off. Beep, bop, boop.